In today's news, Memorandum of Understanding with CARICOM IMPACS signed for exchange of advanced passenger information. And no money for a long election, says Claude Cline. Maduro appointed the Registrar General. Communities celebrate Christmas this weekend with various activities, and Rotary Club restores mangrove boardwalk. But these and more stories when 284 News return.
Hon, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right. That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Well, welcome viewers to the Thursday, December 8th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. While leading today's news, the Memorandum of Understanding with the CARICOM Implementation Agency for Crime and Security for the exchange of advanced passenger information has been signed by the government of the Virgin Islands. But the signing occurred during a brief ceremony that included dignitaries, including Governor His Excellency John Rankin, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, Deputy Premier Honorable Kai Reimer, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Office Carolyn Stout-Igwe, and Executive Director for CARICOM IMPACS Lieutenant Colonel Michael Jones. But speaking on the signing, Premier Wheatley said, through the API system, the competent authorities and participating states are required to ensure that the particulars of all flights and voyages, as well as persons on board, are collected and transmitted to IMPACS with specified time frames ahead of the departure of the flight or voyage. Well, he details some of the many benefits that will result from the signing of the MOU.
For instance, with respect to the Virgin Islands, benefits will include integrated border management. The API system will serve the interests of a number of border security agencies in the Virgin Islands, as it will allow agencies in-depth information to facilitate concise decision-making. Seamless border control. The API system will allow for risk-based, data-driven immigration processing, allowing low-risk passengers to be processed quickly, which will improve overall passenger experience by reducing congestion and delays at the ports of entry. Improved border security. The API system, in conjunction with the CARIBSEX watch list, affords local law enforcement the ability to identify and manage high-risk passengers before they arrive in the Virgin Islands. Persons can be denied boarding from their original departure point, and local law enforcement can be organized to monitor persons of interest long before they arrive in the Virgin Islands. D, international cooperation. Requesting and receiving standardized API data will facilitate international data sharing and analysis on cross-border movements.
Well, Premier Wheatley also said that the signing of this Memorandum of Understanding promotes regional safety that has shown proven results.
We have confidence in IMPACS API system based on its track record. Its successes, I am advised, include the identification of registered sex offenders from another jurisdiction, resulting in the disruption of a child prostitution ring. Congratulations to CARICOM and IMPACS on these achievements. This is the kind of robust screening and effectiveness that we strive for in border protection.
Well, meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Jones said with the BVI joining IMPACS, it strengthens the regional network, which will result in greater results.
We had a situation where a particular nationality was being smuggled out of one country. The facilitation in the travel agency that was doing it is another. The person that owns that travel agency is in a third jurisdiction. And the point I'm getting at is that were we to address this issue on a singular or siloed basis, we would not have been able to see the connectedness of it across the region. And so certainly, with the BVI joining, certainly enhances or strengthens the network that we're on. And don't mind that we're a CARICOM entity, so to speak. There are others. So even prior to you, sir, the Curacao, who is not a member or associate member, they're also part of the network too as well. And certainly speaking with the governor and our colleague, Mr. Church, we're looking to get the other two associate members that are not on as yet, which would be Anguilla and Bermuda.
Well, moving on, viewers, where local talk show host Claude Skelton Cline believes that it will be a sprint to the finish once elections are called in the Virgin Islands, mainly due to the territory's main political parties lacking the necessary financial backing to fund a long election.
And it's going to be a sprint because neither of the two major parties have any money. Come closer. You want me to repeat it, you say? Let me repeat it. Neither the NDP nor the Virgin Party have any money. And it takes money to run long elections, to run elections, period. So they don't have no money.
Well, Cline went on to explain that beyond the lack of existing internal funding, he believes that chances of parties receiving funding from private donors at any significant level is unlikely.
Ain't nobody with money that's prepared to give them their money because they don't believe in the leadership of these parties as they are currently constructed. Come closer. Don't look at me. Ain't no need for you getting your butts all tight and look at me funny. I'm just giving voice to what most of you already know and think. In this current economic climate, it further exacerbates and makes more pronounced what I'm giving utterance to as to why I believe this election will be right around March and why it's going to be a sprint to the finish line.
Well, this, he noted, also emphasizes why a by-election in the 1st District is not necessary.
To have a by-election, given the proximity, the closeness of the timeline for when a general election is due. Just the sheer cost of it, the logistics of it becomes a challenge all by itself to have people run now in the 1st District and then run 3 months from now.
Well, moving on, viewers, where Mrs. Tashi O'Flaherty Maduro is the new Registrar General at the Civil Registry and Passport Office after being confirmed to the post effective December 1st, 2022. Well, confirmation came in a media release from the government of the Virgin Islands, which said Maduro's appointment is a natural progression following the unexpected passing of the previous Registrar General, Mrs. Stephanie Bannon. Was speaking on her new appointment, Maduro said that she is humbled and honored to be serving in the role of Registrar General. While she said, and I quote, "With God's help and the support of the capable staff of the Civil Registry and Passport Office, I endeavor to lead with professionalism and integrity. My goal is to uphold the standards and good governance within the Civil Registry and Passport Office while promoting a positive work culture and continue to achieve excellence in service delivery," end quote. The Deputy Governor David Archer Jr. said he is confident in Maduro's ability to execute the post. Well, he said, and I quote, "While Mrs. Maduro's predecessor has set a high standard for the role of Registrar General, as well as the Civil Registry and Passport Office overall, I have no doubt that Mrs. Maduro can confidently follow suit after spending years under the guidance of Mrs. Stephanie Bannon. I look forward to seeing the office continue their mission of excellence under her leadership," end quote. Maduro will be responsible for ensuring the effective and efficient functioning of the Civil Registry and Passport Office. While she previously held the post of Deputy Registrar General and had prior experience as Senior Administrative Officer in the Civil Registry and Passport Office and Assistant Secretary in the Premier's Office. Maduro's academic qualifications include a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of the Virgin Islands, an executive diploma in management and leadership from the Chartered Management Institute, United Kingdom, and a Master of Science in Business Management from Manchester Metropolitan University. Well, up next, viewers, communities celebrate Christmas this weekend with various activities, and a Rotary Club restores Mangrove Boardwalk. Well, these and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No, you know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, viewers. Well, this weekend across the Virgin Islands districts will be celebrating the Christmas season with a number of events. It is customary in the Virgin Islands for district committees to engage in interactive activities that foster community spirit and showcase talent, culture, and local food. All-Round Grant has more.
This weekend across the Virgin Islands, districts will be celebrating the Christmas season with a number of events. It is customary in the Virgin Islands for district committees to engage in interactive activities that foster community spirit and showcase talent, culture, and local food. On Saturday, December 10th, 2022, the Kadeem Evans Fred Christmas tree lighting would take place in the 7th District, and on December 17th, the 1st District Christmas Village at Capoons Bay will take place. Kevon Letsom along with Natalie Hodge stopped by to speak on the separate events. Take a look as President Letsom of the District 7 Action Committee brings light to the first event.
Well, the District 7 Action Committee came about last year actually, where the public or the District 7 community may know that Dr. Kedrick Pickering used to hold a Young Man Christmas Carol in December to celebrate the Christmas season in our community. Since he left office, that activity have gone dormant, and myself and other like-minded individuals in the community saw the necessity to come up with an event in terms of honoring people in our community and lighting the Christmas tree to bring community awareness and to get in essence spread the Christmas message throughout the district, because that event was something that those persons in the community always look forward to. So we created this organization, and this is where we are today.
Additionally, he shared why the committee thought it necessary to name the event in honor of Kadeem Evans Fred, who recently lost his life.
As I wanted to put it out there, that was an unfortunate situation because last year Mr. Fred was very instrumental in the board of this lighting of the Christmas tree, where we named it last year the Eastern Long Lock lighting of the Christmas tree. And the committee find it important to name this event after him again, being the fact that he was very instrumental with the tents, getting the grounds ready, making sure food was in place, the ice box were packed. And he made a significant impact because I want to make mention to, he was not on the committee at all. We needed help. We had to go and look for him, and he hopped right in, and he never left. So
Amazing.
we find the need to honor him and show and celebrate him. You know, it's
Well,
sad, but
quite fitting that you guys have chosen to select him in this regard. Let's him also take the time to put into perspective the event and encourage persons to attend.
Well, it's going to be located in the Long Look Park, and this is not on the stick. A lot of people mix it up. The Long Look Park, right in the center, in the heart of Long Look, where we all run around, where we all grew up. And that park was revitalized a couple years back in last year. It was the first year that it was utilized in such a capacity. We are going to have bouncy castles for the kids. We're going to have face painting. We're also going to have ice cream for the kids. We're going to have a special guest. We're going to have the merry-go-round. We're also going to have, a basketball game there on site. And I know I did mention bouncy castle, but this year we're going to have two. It's even bigger and better. Last year we only had one.
Okay.
So we have improved that. We have added some more surprise element to the event. Last year it was hosted by teacher Valerie Letson, but this year it's going to be hosted by Mr. Sanyal Pickering, a well-known young man from that community also.
Okay.
We're also going to have all the churches involved in the community. We're going to be making a selection. We're going to have the schools. We're going to have the Vacation Bible School. We're going to have people like Kendra Penn singing at that event also. And it kicks off at 5 o'clock p.m. But however, this year we are going to have the steel pen play from 4 to 5 to make the atmosphere right. And then we're going to jump right into the program at 5 o'clock, and then we're going to have the awesome band closer. That's a band from members within the community. So basically it's going to be a fun event for the family, lots of foods and drink, and it's a free event, and we want to encourage all persons from the community to come out. And it's just not a 7-district thing, so
Yes.
feel free if you want to come through and just spread the Christmas spirit with us and have a good time with us on the 10th of December.
Down on the 1st District, the District 1 Committee is hosting the annual Christmas Village. Committee member Natalie Hodge spoke about what persons can expect.
I want to talk a bit about the District 1. There are a number of committees in place, which are the Beautification Committee, the Career Fair Committee, and the Christmas Village Committee. So a number of persons in the district have come together to work together to advance certain priority areas in the district, identify those areas to our elected officials, and also work together to advance the community. Of course, we will need help from our elected officials, but we want to work together to try to make some progress in the community. And the main purpose, of course, is to bring back unity within the community. So a number of residents have joined these various committees, and Beautification Committee, right after the hurricanes, they went around planting palms and trees on Smuggler's Cove Beach and in a number of other areas in the community. The Career Fair Committee, they're working on putting together, identifying workshop development programs and doing a career fair for persons, whether it's by trade or anything else, for persons in the district who may be unemployed, and help those persons identify a career. And then, of course, the Christmas Village Committee, which I'm here to speak about, we're hosting a traditional Christmas celebration in the district.
Hodge also outlined the various activities that will be taking place on December 17th.
This is going to be on December 17th, starting at noon to 10 p.m. And it's basically to bring back that traditional cultural Christmas celebration.
Okay.
Right? So this is going to be at Capone's Bay Field, and it's free entry for everyone in the territory. So there are a number of things that's going to happen on that day.
Excellent. Tell us about it.
So there will be a number of competitions. There's going to be Fungi music throughout the day. We're going to have Zion Sounds. We're going to have DJ Fire Blaze, sorry. We're going to have some demonstrations such as sugar cake making and dumb bread making. So there'll be some demonstrations. And again, that is just to kind of keep that cultural aspect and preserve that traditional cultural Christmas celebration. Vendors from District 1 will be able to sell traditional Christmas food. And we will also have, beginning from in the evening celebration part of that event, there will be sing-out competition.
Excellent.
And that is open to anyone in the territory. So persons can register to be a part of the sing-out competition. There'll be a local drink competition that is again open to anyone in the territory who wants to register for that. So we'll be looking for passion fruit, limeade, Marby, Sorrel, those type of local drinks, and those will be judged, and of course there are prizes. And for persons who want to register, they can sign up at the district office across from Coalpot Restaurant in Carrot Bay, or they can contact 541-1028 to register or for more information. Also, there'll be a kiddie zone. So the kiddie zone has bouncy house, storytelling, and movies. So it's a fun-filled, packed day. It's a family fun event. We want to invite the entire territory to come out. Again, it's free entry. It's December 17th, starting from noon through 10 p.m. We want to encourage persons across the territory to register for the drink competition and for the sing-out competition.
For the full interviews, visit all 284 media platforms. Reporting for 284 News, Ron Grant.
Well, up next, viewers, Network of Caribbean Chambers meeting in Grenada and Brittney Griner released from Russian prison. We get to these stories when 284 News return.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right. That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, the Network of Caribbean Chambers of Commerce held a very successful 3-day face-to-face meeting in Grenada, hosted by Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce with support from the Caribbean Development Bank and the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. Well, the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association is part of the Caribbean Chamber and was represented by Mrs. Shana Smith Archer, chairperson for the BVI CCHA. Well, our Ron Grant has more.
The Network of Caribbean Chamber of Commerce held a very successful 3-day face-to-face meeting in Grenada, hosted by the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce with support from the Caribbean Development Bank and the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. The BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association is a part of the Caribbean Chamber and was represented by Mrs. Shana Smith Archer, chairperson for the BVI CCHA. The meeting was held from November 21st to the 23rd, 2022. The first day was a closed strategic session with representatives from the chambers across the region under the theme Regional Private Sector Collaboration for Business Continuity in a Rapidly Evolving Global Business Environment. The following sessions saw over 60 colleagues from across the region, both physical and virtual, coming together focusing on the theme Integrating Private Sector on Multi-Hazard Early Warning Systems, Governance, and Actions. CARICOM was joined by professionals who are involved in disaster management, including meteorologists. The BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association is a member of the CARICOM, and their chairperson, Mrs. Smith Archer, participated in the meeting as the organization's representative. Grenada's Prime Minister, the Honorable Dixon Mitchell, addressed the opening ceremony of the meeting. He called the private sector to help in transforming the concept of disaster preparedness within the region. He highlighted the use of a business continuity plan as a tool for preparedness by businesses. The Prime Minister also recognized the importance of building synergies with multiple bodies and organizations to successfully address preparedness and efficiency for business continuity after the effects of a disaster. He emphasized the importance of reliable, relevant, and timely information for governments and businesses to make high-level decisions that will aid in the preservation of life, property, and business continuity. The meeting successfully satisfied the building of strategic initiatives for the CARICOM network for the coming 3 years, and strategic working relationships were developed with regional counterparts. Additionally, the Region Multi-Hazard Early Warning Systems Review produced draft considerations for development of a way forward within the region. This will include the integration of the private sector in the preparedness for and response of hazards and potential hazards. The CARICOM executive extends gratitude to Prime Minister Dixon. The CARICOM executive extends gratitude to Prime Minister Dixon Mitchell, CARICOM members, Caribbean Development Bank, the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, Climate Risk Early Warning Systems, and all other attendees for their participation in making the event the success it was. Reporting for 284 News, Ron Grant.
Well, moving on to some international news, where United States women's NBA star Brittney Griner has finally been freed from Russian prison after the two countries agreed to a prison swap involving a notorious Russian arms dealer. Well, Victor Bout, who was held in a U.S. prison for the past 12 years, was swapped for the female basketball star who was arrested at a Moscow airport in February for possessing cannabis oil and last month sent to a penal colony. Well, U.S. President Joe Biden confirmed in a statement that Griner was safe and on a plane to America from the United States Arab Emirates.
In the Oval Office, I spoke with Brittney Griner. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittney will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hard-working public servants across my administration who worked tirelessly to secure her release. I also want to thank the UAE for helping us facilitate Brittney's return, because that's where she landed. These past few months have been hell for Brittney and for Charlie, and her entire family, and all her teammates back home. People all across the country have learned about Brittney's story, advocated for her release, stood with her throughout this terrible ordeal.
Well, viewers, that's all we have for today's newscast. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? Yes. You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?